Bravo 7, Mike Dewar 8, Tim Holger 9, Ethan Eilmore 10, Dean Saratelli 11, Darryl Church 12, Colton Teague 13, Andrew Rickman 14, Rick Alvarez 15, and rounding out the field is Anastasia LeBron.
Well, Lenny Guy, it's been a while since we've been able to celebrate with him carrying the checkered flag. And tonight, he picks up the win in dominating fashion. To say he's happy is an understatement. And we'll talk to our 2025 Jazz's Auto Body Sport Truck Champion, Jake Vanada, in just a few minutes. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, back in victory lane, the Grasshopper, Lenny Guy. Go ahead, John.
Go easy.
Lenny, congratulations. Welcome back to Victory Lane.
Thanks, Dave Auburn.
For the longest time, you were struggling with this truck, trying to get the handles this year, a set of tires, and your truck started to come alive. You started making more changes to the better on this thing, and here you are to close out the season.
It's the best thing I ever had. It felt so great. And the heat race, the truck was jumping, sliding everywhere. Kept wanting to make changes, and I was like, no, maybe you just missed turn 3 once and screwed yourself up. Left it alone.
That's unusual for you to make that mistake. Jake Vanada, coming over to congratulate our winner. Tell us about the struggles you've had trying to get back here.
In a lot of years with a lot of family things going on. And not having enough time to spend on the truck. This year I've just been lucky. Ain't been a whole lot going on. And I don't know, I'm at a loss for words.
That's unusual for you. We usually have plenty of them, but I know you get some people you want to thank.
Yeah, again, thanks Dave Auburn. Thanks Jeremy Hedges, Horatios, Gene Seafood, L.H. Melanges, Jimmy Hawkins. Can't forget I gotta thank Josh, I gotta thank Ray Cooper, I gotta thank, most of all, Noah. That's my buddy. Ben, thanks Ben. Thanks everybody.
Congratulations, welcome back, Lenny.
Thank you.
Lenny Guy, ladies and gentlemen, picking up tonight's Jazz's Auto Body Sport Truck feature win. So we'll take a moment and celebrate Lenny, then we'll kick him off the track. That's right, the DAV. Lenny Guy picking up the DAV Sports Truck win. Lenny started back in the old Formula 4 days, teaming up with Dean Saratelli. And many years he's been racing here. He's had a couple of truck wins, but it's been several years. He's got a Triple Crown champion and now a DAV trophy to go with it. He'll be up in victory lane in just a few minutes to celebrate. And as he goes to celebrate victory lane, ladies and gentlemen, our 2025 Jazz's Auto Body Sport Truck Champion will take his victory lap and we'll talk to Jake Vanada. So many times here on the racetrack, Jake Vanada's come up short to Rick Martin. Side head-to-head battles have usually gone to the veteran. Tonight, he finds himself picking up over Rick Martin the 2025 Sports Truck Championship. And it looks like Rick has a surprise. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, our 2025 Jazz's Auto Body Sports Truck Champion, Jake Vanada! Jake, congratulations. They didn't even size it for you. My goodness. That's okay. We got a line. Jake, congratulations. You know, we're just saying so many times in your head-to-head battles with Rick, more times than not, he's gotten you. Tonight, you were able to knock him down and hold him off of the championship.
Yeah, I think it came down to the track position like it always does. It seems like Rick and I have been so close for years, and he's the guy that could rip a lap. And I don't know, somehow it just worked out tonight that we went out there and stars the line, we were in the track position, and you know, set the fast time. And you know, we were in pretty decent shape then, but we were dealing with a guy that's, you know, won whatever championships he's won in 51 years. It's hard to hold him off. So wasn't going to let anyone else ruin it for us. We weren't going to spin anyone out. You know, not tonight. I'm sure some people would have enjoyed that, but this is our night.
You came into 2025 with high hopes. The first 2 weeks, probably the most gutting you could have. But the rebound that you've had this year, back to victory lane, and now this. Tell us about it.
It's kind of a microcosm of my whole racing career, really. You just keep digging, you know, you take the punches, you give them, you take them, and you hope you give what you take. So, I mean, that's what ended up happening this year. You know, even today, you know, 2 o'clock, we're getting ready to load, we caught a wheel bearing in the right front, might have cost us our night, who knows. Had a clutch issue at first practice, and that's all just today. So, you know, our guys, we just, you know, we keep going, and we keep digging, and here we are. I have a great crew, I have amazing sponsors, an amazing family, an amazing wife, a beautiful little daughter, another one on the way. So, you know, regardless of championships, I'm a very lucky guy.
Talked to you earlier, you were confident coming into tonight. You knew the truck was going to be good because your team, because you as a driver. Was there at any point during the race you got worried?
try to just stay in the moment. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. Not making any mistakes. You want to go down, bud? Yeah, go see Mom. Okay. So, you know, I don't know. I don't think so, really. It was just hitting my marks. Obviously, I was keeping an eye on where Ricky was because he was the closest competitor to us in the chase. But I think on like lap 34, he flashed at 4th or 5th, and I was 4th. And I said, oh boy, you know, we better get this thing pointed straight off the corner and get some dry. We find it the last couple laps and find a way to get it done. But worried, I don't really think so. Just we were very fortunate to have track position to be able to run our race.
Coming off a 4, checkered flag in the air, and you knew you had this championship. What went through your mind?
I mean, I couldn't believe it. Gratitude, first thing. Grateful. Just surreal. Just totally unbelievable. I mean, I grew up over there, turn 1. Did pull ahead. You know, probably rooted against this guy a lot. He's a pretty good friend now these days. But I was rooting for Dickie back in the day. And, you know, going to his shop growing up, and all those memories. My dad taking me there. And, you know, now we get to create our own little memories with my daughter, and she's growing up at the racetrack, so that means a lot to me, and, you know, I want to set a good example for her. So that's kind of what's going through my head, is all those things, and I can't believe we actually did it. You know, came to 5 to go. Like, all right, don't spend anyone out there forward. That was really the main thing, and try to keep that lead.
You've had a lot of good people with you over the years. You've been doing this for quite a long time. People don't realize that. But you've been at this for, what, 15 years now, and this is your first championship.
Yeah, we've been at this. I started racing in 03. I've been at this 23rd year racing. I'm 35 years old. I've been doing this since I was a kid. I had a great father that's, you know, kept me into this. Like, I see so many dads around here, so keep your kids into it. Keep them out of trouble. Teach them how to work on them, hold them accountable. That's a great thing. I have an amazing wife who stood by me. She's been with me for a majority of this run. And not many nights ended like this. You know, very lucky there. I've had I'm going to short some people. I mean, everyone has a piece of this to me. Ron Boris, Dave Gilbert, Jay Daniel, KJ Boucher, Ray Heath. You know, over the years, you know, I guess we'll save it for the banquet night, you know, all the people, but as of today, I mean, that's it. And, you know, obviously, needless to say, Everett's Auto Parts. I've said it a lot at this racetrack, standing right here with you over this year, but Roy Andre's unbelievable. He minds his own business. He gives us everything we need, all 3 cars. I'm just so glad I can, you know, get him back here and get him another track championship. He deserves it all. I thank Bumper to Bumper Accessories. I want to get this right. Watermark Electric, projected to perform. Viking Sheet Metal JV Productions, Haggerty Construction, Flagman Graphics, Danny Moore, Awesome Horsepower, Joe Ham Race Chassis. There's so many people. Edwards Tire Center. We carried in Nicole Cowan Memorial Foundation on the vehicle this year, raised some money for them, so I'm excited to get them some money. They raised them from our apparel sales, so thanks to all the folks who are buying our stuff. That's where it's going this year. So many people. This is Summit, the president of the fan club, Anna Daniel, my mom, who's not here tonight, but with us, my best friend, Kevin Bassett, the Ferrera family, Jimmy Covey, all these people that have supported me over the years. This is just, you know, so special. Paul, you know, I could stand here all night, but I don't want to stand here any longer. So thank you to everyone for coming out all year and supporting us. We'll see you this spring.
Congratulations. Celebrate with your team. Ladies and gentlemen, our 2025 Johnson's Auto Body Sport Truck Champion, Jake Vanada.
Officially hand the crown over to him now. Over for 3 years. Oh, yeah.
What a night and what memories that we're making here this evening. Lenny Guy back in victory lane, Jake Vanada holding the trophy for the championship. While some of the photographs are being taken, let's take a minute. Rick. Rick, here I am. On behalf of everybody here at Seekonk Speedway, for your career, for your 51 years, thank you. I know you've got some things you wanted to say.
Wow, never thought this day would come. I appreciate every good message, everybody that comes shaking my hand, everybody that's worth more than any other championship, anything. Just the camaraderie between the people and the well wishes. There's people up here that stood by me since they were kids. And it's a long walk home here. Guys are all my family over here. I mean, I got the family over here. My uncle, Ryan, John. He took off? It is. But I got you, right? Mama Perry, Mrs. Adrian. Thank you guys for letting me play here. My first sponsor. You've done so much for me over the years. Fans. I mean, I don't want to go to tears here, but so many people, well wishes I got this week. I mean, I couldn't even read them all. I mean, I'm in tears just reading them all, but wish I could continue, but got back issues and stuff I got to get taken care of before I'm in a wheelchair, and I'm going to give you this to hang up in the Lenny house. Keep it away from me, because I'll be calling to use it. I've already been offered a few rides. So, I want to thank you. I know you were here from the beginning too. You, Jeannie, I mean, we had a lot of good memories, and nobody's going to take that away from us. So, let's get out to racing. Should I drop it? All right, thank you everyone. Love you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rocco Rick Martin.
Vinnie hanging back on the outside. Side by side, here they come. Three is out at the than he normally has to handle. I've been busy in other areas for a moment, too. So, Rich, to you.
Okay, Jim, here comes Rick Martin in the year of the Polish victory lap, all in tribute of NASCAR champion Alan Kulwicki. And Rick Martin brings car number 14 to victory lane for the second time in 1993, the first time here at Seekonk Speedway. He did this out at Thompson about 3 weeks ago, and now for the first time in 93 he's in victory lane. He got a second place finish last week to start off 93, finds himself in victory lane in week number 2, and Ricky Martin is back in car number 14. He's about ready to climb out of the automobile. New England Tech, JR's Fast Lane, Edna May Fishing Vessel, Precision Engines number 14. Ladies and gentlemen, Radical Rick Martin. Ricky, congratulations on a great job. Boy, that was about as close a finish as you'd want. Vinnie had a car that could go high or could go low, but wherever he went, this yellow and blue 14 was right in front of him.
Yeah, you know, we were ready to pit right after the hot laps. It was running out of gas. I went the wrong way with the float in the carburetor, and I didn't think it was even going to finish. It was on and off coming out of the corners. Did the best I could, hung on.
Well, a lot of action happened up in front of you with the 88 of Bobby Tripp and the 99 of Wayne Dion. That kind of made it a little bit easier for you tonight, but your car looked pretty strong anyway.
Yeah, I think Bobby Tripp got the raw deal because it looked like he pinched him, then he hit the brakes, and I bounced off of him when he hit the brakes, and it's one of them things.
Well, you got a win at Thompson a couple of weeks ago, a second place finish last week, and a win tonight. Looks like you're back in top form.
Yeah, we're back.
Well, congratulations, Rick, on a great job. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the former champion, Radical Rick Martin, New England Tech, JR's Fast Lane Precision Engines. Car number 14 in victory lane for the first time in 1993 here at the Seekonk Speedway.